I created the Freedom Program. It was called the Freedom Program for a domestic violence high security shelter in Niagara Falls, New York. Prior to this creation, I queried many different organizations in the Buffalo, New York, Western New York area, saying, I want to teach women in your shelter how to defend themselves. And everyone came back with no, no, no. I queried them back and I said, oh, maybe you don't understand. I said, I want to do this for free. I said, this is part of, my servant leadership program of the chain of defense. And they said, yeah, that's great, no. I said, but do you think maybe you could ask the ladies, can I come in and talk to you and or the ladies? No. So the door slammed many times throughout that year. And then I decided after a few months, I'm going to try it again. And I approached this women's shelter in Niagara Falls, New York. And they came back with, yeah, actually, that sounds good. I said, fantastic. So I did an independent study through my graduate program, and I created this program. And at the time when I created it, it was just teaching the ladies pure Krav Maga, nothing else. So you can imagine just one methodology, right? So I created it, I met with the ladies, they gave me learning outcomes. I spent hours creating all the materials, we set up dates, and I was going in, I think it was like, I don't know, it might have been like a Tuesday, and I was going the following night. And I got a phone call from the CEO of the leadership team of the overall women's shelter. And they said, sorry, we're gonna have to pull the program. And I said, what? But I just spent all this time, I just created all this stuff. Wait a second, I don't care that I spent all that time. I said, why? Well, there's a liability issue. I said, what's the liability issue? And she said, well, we just can't take a chance that you may teach one of these ladies and then, they may use it on their abuser and hurt them. So during this time, I then created the program. I fumbled upon the EQI, and there was this thing called the In-Service Learning Scholarship. And if I applied for that and got it, they would give me some money. I would have to go somewhere else to gain some training in something. And so I thought, wow. And I had to go literally like out of the country or whatever. So I started thinking, well, what if I got this and I could get trained and certified in the EQI? What if I went to London, England, created a pilot inquiry, and taught this to women in a women's shelter, to domestic violence women? So throughout the course of 2011, all of that transpired with a lot of hard work. But I also said to myself, well, I have to create something. I can't just teach Krav Maga, there's something else to it. So I explored the emotional quotient inventory and the competencies with that, right? And then the importance of creative problem solving. So those were the three components: creative problem solving and the cognitive and affective skills, along with EQI and pure Krav Maga. So I put that program together, and I went to London. I gained the scholarship, so I got certified in EQI, and I brought this program to a high security shelter right outside of London, England. So day one, I go in, and I was supposed to have 15 ladies. So they were all set up. I flew in. The next day, I had 10. In the second week, it was a 5-day program, 5 days. So I went there, I started with 6 women. Day 2, I had 1 woman. And the director pulled me aside and she just apologized profusely. Oh my gosh, you've flown here from America and I promised you 15 women. This is your research. This now was my master's project, right? And then I had to slap myself and say, why is one person, just one soul, so much less important than 15 or 16? Shame on you. One person is one soul whose life could then branch out and help others. So I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to stop the program. We will continue. And at the end of 5 days, progress, EQI, I don't remember it, but I can tell you it at a later date. She went up, I don't know how many points in her creative problem solving. So I went back after 15 days of being there. I was on the plane, and what I realized was I can't travel everywhere. I understood the profoundness and the importance of what I was teaching and the effect that it had. Shumi is now a director or working at a women's shelter, helping others. Right? So the web, the Pay It Forward has been established. I still speak to her. Her life was changed because of this program. It was amazing. So I'm traveling back and I'm on the plane and I think I gotta build this better. So that's where the arm of Train the Trainer program came into being. That was in October of 2012. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. Anyway, I came back, I did the pilot study, I created my master's project, and it included applied creativity, which is CPS and TSM, the EQI, and pure Krav Maga. After all of that, then I started presenting it to other organizations. And every summer I would give away my training for free. So I contacted one organization here and they said, yeah, we'd like you to teach it. So I went in with those and I taught it. And after I taught that for a whole year, I then presented for the next cohort to come in. And I added the belief system. And then I taught another cohort and added foresight and the savvy approach. And so it's expanded. My learning outcome every year that I start this is to learn something more and to be able to make this program stronger and better. And so basically, in a nutshell, this is not just a program. This is a purposeful opportunity for people to become who they always deem themselves to be. You could come to me emotionally healthy and I could still teach you this because you can then, like Train the Trainer, you're emotionally healthy, you need to help others. You can come to me, I don't care, in any part of your recovery process, you can come to me and I can help you.